In the grand tapestry of the universe, our Milky Way galaxy stands as just one among countless others, each with its own unique story to tell. Yet what if we were to rewrite that story? What if instead of an ordinary spiral galaxy, ours was hurtling towards a collision with another colossal galaxy like Andromeda? This isn't science fiction, but a very real possibility in our cosmic future. The idea of galaxies colliding might sound like a distant, irrelevant occurrence, but the truth is it's a common occurrence in the universe. These galactic crashes are not only fascinating from a scientific perspective, but also because they could be our fate. When the Milky Way and Andromeda finally collide, they will form a brand new galaxy. This galaxy will inherit the combined mass of its predecessors and will be one of the largest galaxies in the observable universe. This will happen due to the compression of gas clouds and dust, which will lead to an increase in the number of star-forming regions. The intensity of star formation will likely decrease over time until the available gas is used up. However, scientists estimate that this risk is also quite low since most of these objects would be flung away from the solar system rather than crashing into Earth. Although the impact on Earth will be minimal, the increased frequency of meteor showers could pose a threat to wildlife and humans. However, some experts believe that life on Earth would continue as usual since the probability of the Sun being affected by the collision is very low. While the event itself poses no direct threat to Earth, it serves as a powerful reminder of the destructive forces that exist beyond our planet. By observing the collision, astronomers will be able to study phenomena that are impossible to reproduce on Earth, such as the behavior of stars and gas clouds under extreme conditions. They will also be able to test theories about the formation of galaxies and the evolution of the universe. For example, the collision will provide an opportunity to study how supermassive black holes interact, which could shed light on the growth and development of galaxies over time. However, it also offers us a unique opportunity to learn more about the evolution of galaxies and the universe as a whole. As we witness the awesome power of the cosmos, we are reminded of our own fragility and the need to protect our planet from the threats we face. At the same time, we are inspired by the beauty and wonder of the universe and the endless possibilities that lie within it. The collision between the Milky Way and Andromeda is a once-in-a-lifetime event that will shape the future of our galaxy and the universe as a whole. It is a moment that will test our scientific understanding, challenge our beliefs, and inspire us to reach new heights of exploration and discovery. By studying the collision, we can gain valuable insights into the origins of our own galaxy and the processes that shape the cosmos. So what do you think? How would you prepare for such an event? And what do you expect to happen? Share your thoughts below and join the conversation. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Additionally, the collision could potentially trigger a new ice age on Earth due to the temporary blocking of sunlight by dust clouds and gas. However, this effect is expected to be short-lived and would not significantly impact long-term climate change. Besides, our planet has a natural defense mechanism against asteroids in the form of Jupiter. One way is to establish settlements on other planets or moons in the solar system, such as Mars, the Moon, or Europa. This would ensure the survival of humanity even if Earth were to be destroyed during the collision. Furthermore, scientists suggest that we could preserve human consciousness by uploading it to a computer or creating a digital copy. This futuristic approach is seen as a necessary measure to ensure the continuation of our species in the event of a global catastrophe. If the gas giant were to pass close enough to Earth, it could push away any potential asteroid that could harm us. Some models predict that the rate of star formation will peak at 10 times the current rate in the Milky Way before gradually declining. This increased star formation could also lead to a temporary increase in the supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy. The core of the newly formed galaxy will likely be very bright and hot due to the immense amount of matter concentrated there. However, as time passes, the core will cool and the galaxy will gradually take on a more normal appearance. This process could take millions or even billions of years, and the resulting galaxy will resemble the galaxies M51 and NGC 4038, which are the products of previous galactic collisions. While the first signs of this cosmic crash are already visible on the outskirts of these galaxies, we are still many billions of years away from the main event. In fact, it's estimated that every 100 billion years or so, a galaxy undergoes a near collision with another galaxy. This means that encounters between galaxies are not only frequent, but also inevitable. Even when the first signs of the collision become visible, we will have plenty of time to prepare. In fact, we may even witness the spectacular view of the collision from Earth. But what if something goes wrong? Astronomers believe that the chances of the Sun being thrown out of the solar system during the collision are extremely low, much like the probability of flipping a coin 10 times and getting heads every time. However, if the Sun were to be ejected, Earth would almost certainly be lost to the depths of space. Fortunately, such an outcome is highly improbable. For example, in the year 1999, the antennae galaxies were captured by the Hubble Space Telescope and were found to be in the middle of a collision. These galaxies will merge in about 1 billion years and will form a single giant galaxy. However, as the two galaxies draw closer, the gravitational interactions between them will become more intense, leading to noticeable changes in their shape and structure. As they approach each other, the stars and dust clouds of both galaxies will begin to distort, creating spectacular tidal tails extending thousands of light years into space. These features are already visible in the Hubble Space Telescope images of M82 and M81 to galaxies that have undergone a close encounter. Scientists predict that in about 3.75 billion years, the Milky Way will collide with the Andromeda galaxy, which is our closest large galactic neighbor. Our Sun, along with the other stars in the Milky Way, will be flung into a random walk through the combined galaxy, moving in unpredictable directions and speeds. Fortunately, during this process, Earth is unlikely to wander too far from the Sun. Any shift in its orbit would probably be no more significant than Neptune's distance from the Sun, according to astrophysicist and planetarium director David Kipping. After the collision, everything would settle down and the solar system would find its new home in the newly formed galaxy. And while the details of this event are still shrouded in mystery, scientists have managed to piece together a compelling picture of what this collision might look like. So buckle up for an exciting journey through space and time. We explore the amazing insights into what would happen if the Milky Way collided with the Andromeda galaxy. What is happening now? The Milky Way and Andromeda are on a collision course. What about Earth as the galaxies collide? Our solar system will find itself in the midst of a chaotic ballet of stars, gas, and dust. The birth of a new galaxy, galactic collisions, while dramatic, are not uncommon in the universe. The formation of new stars, the collision between the Milky Way and Andromeda will trigger a wave of star formation in the newly merged galaxy. But what does all this mean for us? We are fortunate to live in a relatively quiet region of the Milky Way, far from any potential dangers. Another concern is that the collision could bring with it harmful objects like comets or asteroids that could pose a threat to Earth. The collision's impact on life. The collision between the Milky Way and Andromeda will not only reshape the galaxy, but also affect life as we know it, preparing for the collision. Despite the challenges posed by the collision, humans can take steps to mitigate potential risks. Are we doomed? The collision between the Milky Way and Andromeda is a humbling reminder of our place in the vastness of the universe. But what truly sets this event apart is the potential for scientific discovery. But perhaps the most important lesson we can learn from the collision is the need for humility and respect for the natural world. As we look to the stars and contemplate the mysteries of the cosmos, let us remember that we are part of something much greater than ourselves, and that our actions today will determine the fate of generations to come.